The African American Association of Ghana recently held its launch event for Black History Month celebrations at the W.E.B. Du Bois Center in Accra. Black History Month in Ghana is an opportunity to engage with everyone on the culture and history of African Americans. This year's theme is Black Migration, Exploring Our Roots and Beyond. With 2019 being declared the Year of Return, welcoming the diaspora back to the motherland, this Black History Month is even more relevant because Black African descendants are being celebrated for their survival, their resilience, and contributions to the world.
The question I have is why you think it's important to celebrate Black History Month in Ghana?
Because we're African Americans, and whether we're in Ghana or Timbuktu, we're still African Americans. And our history is our history, and if we don't celebrate our history, if we forget it, we're destined to repeat.
And how do you get the local Ghanaian community involved in learning about African American history?
We have several events a year. This is our major one that we invite Ghanaians to. But we have several events a year where we give Ghanaians an opportunity to learn about our culture. And we're here, we're involved. We're involved in the community. Some of us are members of a community, an organization called NAWA, the North American Women's Association. And we're African Americans, so we're out in the community. And so this is how they know us. We attend churches here in Ghana. So we have a Ghanaian church family. We are married to a Ghanaian. So
This is a medium. I have a few mediums.
Now, my last final question is, what are your thoughts on the impact that the Year of Return that the government is promoting will have on people actually coming to Ghana? Because it is a lot of promotion that's happening, but do you think it's going to actually result in people coming and making the trip?
Perhaps. Perhaps. I think so. I think it projects a positive image of an African country. And as you know, if you've lived outside, most of the images that we see of the continent of Africa are not positive. They wait until there is a coup d'etat and then they film it. They wait until there is a famine and they film it. But they don't film an election in Ghana that is peaceful. They didn't film when our past president died and power exchanged hands peacefully. Muhammad became president of Ghana. There were no tanks in the street when Mills died. No tanks in the street. They don't film that. They don't film when Akufo-Addo lost the election, went to court, and the court decision was against him, and he said, I will abide by the decision. That they don't film. But they always film the unrest, the negative.
Why do you think it's important to have a celebration of Black History Month in Ghana?
Okay, well definitely, I think we're at a point as people of the diaspora that we need to learn each other's history and see the similarities of everything. So it's very important that we recognize Black history in Ghana so that Ghanaians and those in the diaspora are here to dialogue with each other, to figure out exactly what are the synergies that we have between each other. Because you will find that many things that go on in Ghana has been taken to America and we practice it through the food, through the culture, through the rhythms. So it's important for us to see those synergies so that we can see that we have common ground, that we're not necessarily so much far away, that regardless of how we were taken away, Ghana and Africa is in our hearts, so we're here to celebrate.
And what are your thoughts on the whole idea of Year of Return that the government is promoting at the moment?
Definitely, the Year of Return is always it's a good thing. It's just a great start. I hope that it will continue, not just for 1 year, that people from the diaspora will continue to come back year after year and invest and learn and invest in culturally, physically, and financially in the continent of Ghana and Africa.
And what made you decide to move here?
Oh gosh, that was easy. I actually am a graduate of Lincoln University, where the first President Kwame Nkrumah went to. So all throughout undergrad, we learned a lot about Kwame Nkrumah. So in 2007, when Ghana turned 50 years old, I said I must touch foot in Ghana. I did, and Ghanaians treated me with love. I fell in love with Ghana, came back a year later, and
you've been here ever since?
I left once, but I came back. So now I'm here 4 years strong.
I feel very good about the year of return. Well, I'm prejudiced. I'm on the steering committee, but I think it's definitely going to make an impact on the diaspora community and some of the dynamics that's taking place with African people outside of the African continent, being treated as second-class citizens, being discriminated against, and I think that this offers a perfect opportunity to return back home here to Africa and be appreciated and to help think about how they can make Africa what they think it should be. If it has any shortcomings, if it has anything that has caused them to feel that they did not want to come here, this is the perfect year to come here and figure out what are the reasons that can make them want to come here. And what more meaningful to this year is that how can we make Africa what we want it to be in our own image and in our own likeness.
My name is Gail, Nikoi, President of the African American Association of Ghana. And on behalf of this organization, I want to say that we appreciate that you chose to join us today to celebrate and launch Black History Month 2019.
Our ancestors survived the march to the sea, and we say, thank you. They survived the brutal, inhuman conditions in the dungeons, and we say, thank you. They survived the voyage across the Atlantic, packed like animals, shackled, raped, brutalized, but they survived, and we say, thank you.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
Thank you so much to AAAG for inviting me to today's event. I thoroughly enjoyed meeting with AAAG executives this past week. I'm especially proud to join Government of Ghana and other officials here at the W.E.B. Du Bois Center this morning. Your presence embodies the special ties that connect Ghana, the United States, and the diaspora. It also represents the indelible legacy Dr. Du Bois left in the hearts of Americans, Ghanaians, and citizens from other nations. We gather here today to build a future as we honor and remember the past, with all of its painful and joyful lessons combined, so that together we may march forward.
Thank you for the privilege to be here with you this morning to deliberate on the theme, the Black Migration, exploring our roots and beyond. It's something that we really have to look carefully, just like has been mentioned by His Excellency. It is not just about exploring our roots, but we should also be looking at the roots. The Black African migration has certainly come a long way. Essentially, we are there to enable every historian to have the opportunity to interface with government through the office. So basically, we are there to make sure that we facilitate your interaction. We help you to pursue your objectives.
What advice do you have for people in diaspora who are considering moving back to Ghana?
I think first and foremost, let me take this opportunity to say hello to your viewers, whoever they might be and wherever they might be. And to address your question, I would say yes, for anyone who is looking at also moving to Ghana or coming to Ghana on the basis of what programs we are running, especially in the year of return. My advice is to, yes, come and have a taste of Ghana and see for yourself whether Ghana is the place for you. It can be as difficult as has been expressed at this Black History Lounge, that there can be all sorts of issues. I think both from the issuing country of whatever you are requiring from and whatever you also want from that country. So it's a first time experience, like first time love for some people, and they would need to experience Ghana. That's why we are urging all to take this year of return as an opportunity to come to Ghana. Come and get that spiritual awakening in you. Come and meet that connection that really gives you the touch of whatever your great-great-grandparents would have experienced some years ago.
How do you feel about the way the events went at today's event?
I hope I don't know if you're capturing my smile, but I am so happy. I am so happy. I think it was a phenomenal event. I am forever grateful for the executive board and the other members of AAAG who, are not on camera, but they have done so much of the work to make this event what it was today. They are a phenomenal group of people. They really are.
When I think back and say, well, and yet the people are the same as we are. So it didn't dawn on me, it didn't take long for it to dawn on me that when you want to develop a country, it takes systems, not people, okay? And so that's what educated me. And so 2 years since I went there, I started looking back. No, whatever they've done here, we can also do back in Ghana. So all that's now, been what, 33 years that I've been there, I've never lost the zeal that I need to come home and help build the country.
And I don't know about those of us who've lived here for quite some time, but I don't think I've ever had more requests in the 14 years I've lived in Ghana than, can I come? How do I get there? What's the visa situation? How do I come? Would any of you agree with me on that? Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Why did you move to Ghana?
Oh.
And what advice do you have to people who want to move to Ghana?
Sure. So it's so nice to see you again.
You as well.
I actually came for different reasons from most. I had a job opportunity of a lifetime, and that was to help NYU set up its first study abroad program on the African continent, and that was in 2004. But I had come to Ghana initially for the first time in 1999 with my father, who's a professor, who's been bringing students as well as church members. He's also a pastor over to the continent since 1993. I fell in love. I felt the spiritual connection that many of us talk about from the moment I entered, literally, the door of return at Cape Coast Castle. I knew that I'd always want to connect to the place, but the motivation for coming was this job opportunity. I would suggest for people who'd like to come, they need to do their research. It is wonderful, but like any place in the world, there are challenges as well. I have had it pretty easy, I'm going to say, in terms of being able to come into an established institution like New York University and help them develop something. So I would obviously recommend, if there's an opportunity to establish something and you can do it, fine. If not, to go with an established institution, as I've had the privilege to do. Those jobs are far and few between, but if you're passionate and you're a go-getter and you're ambitious, I like to think I am those things, then you'll find a way to even create a job for yourself. So now, after 10 years with NYU, I'm the head of Webster University since 2014, again, from one job into the next, but building educational initiatives on the African continent has been an incredible opportunity. I'm always excited for all the budding entrepreneurs I hear about, so if you're that person, then definitely come and make it happen here. I was not necessarily that person. I come from an academic family, and so I was blessed to be able to find opportunities with established institutions. And they do exist in the country. And we have more institutions and multinational companies and corporates that are popping up everywhere. So I'd say, again, make sure that you do your research. And if you're going to be the entrepreneur, then come with a solid plan and make it happen. Because in Ghana, everything is possible. Yeah.
Hey, this is another episode of Your Guide on Ghana, wrapping up here at the African American Association of Ghana's launch event for Black History Month here in Ghana. What a fantastic day. We spoke to some interesting people, saw some great panels. It has been absolutely awesome. Looking forward to what's in store for the year of return. As I've been saying in other episodes, come to Ghana if you are interested in coming and learning more about the country, the history, investing, living, or just having a new travel destination. So thanks for watching this episode of Your Guide on Ghana. I'll see you next time.